From one of the loudest venues in the National Football League, you get a look there at GEHA Field at Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. It is Week 16 in the NFL, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Houston Texans taking on the Kansas City Chiefs. The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. They'll start the drive here with Pacheco. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now. You look at the defense for these Texans. They sit at number 20 in the NFL right now against the run.
And the focus now is making sure that they're hitting on all cylinders as they head into the playoffs. And that means they've got to stop the run better. Because playoff football often means running football. So they've got to be prepared for that.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 27 yards there, a first down. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 48-yard line. Now a run with Pacheco. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. The Chiefs at 9-5 now on the year. But they come in losers at 2 straight, so trying to turn things around here.
And you just mentioned 2 straight, and when you're talking about 2 games, that's nothing to panic about. They feel like they've been a little bit unlucky in the last couple. This is a club that's more than capable of turning things around, and I expect them to play really well here.
And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Mahomes going to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. Well, this defense for the Texans, they were terrific a week ago in that victory over Tampa Bay, Charles.
Yeah, they held them to just 7 points, and if you rewatch the game tape, and I did multiple times, it was amazing to me that the other guys even got 7. They were absolutely dominating on that side of the football.
The throw for Tony is intercepted. And the Texans are going to take over at their own 13-yard line. Well, it's no secret he's had trouble this year with interceptions, and this is a bad start for him. First drive, throwing another pick.
No matter who's broadcasting his game, that's how the conversation begins. Throwing too many interceptions, can he take care of the football? If I were his backup, I'd be edging towards the coaches and saying, hey, how about giving me an opportunity?
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Now here's a defensive timeout called by the Chiefs. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Second down and 8. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Third down and 6. And the Chiefs are going to signal for and be granted another timeout. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. Now a 3rd and 6. They'll drop the throw. Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. Picked up by Nick Bolton. And he will bring this down inside the 10-8-yard line. So first interception thrown for him there. And that really not the best decision either.
Something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game. But this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
They'll run here with Pacheco. A good run on first down, and now they contemplate a 2nd-and-goal situation.
Next, the receivers help spread the defense out, and they were able to come through with a slashing run.
But to that point, it's going to be interesting to see the personnel chess match as this one progresses.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Can they continue to create running lanes out of passing sets? And if so, it's going to be a long day for the defense.
Pacheco once more. And this time he will score. Touchdown, KC.
Sometimes offensive can get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here, and we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, that he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Now 3rd down and 7. Back to throw here. He gets this to Devontae Adams. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. The time called here because a member of the Texans is in some discomfort. But not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. So from the 37, here's a 2nd and 8. And they'll send the slot in motion left. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And now off to the races down the right side. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. 53 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start.
At the 10-yard line.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. It's a good pickup of 7 yards, and now they're looking at 2nd and goal. They're mounting a nice drive here. Good chunk of yardage there again. O-line, they've been solid this drive.
They have that look about them right now that says, if you do anything but run the ball behind us, you're crazy. They have really moved it well on this drive, and they want to finish it off the same way.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. A great play there with his 14th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Texans are an extra point away now from tying this ball game.
Well, he'd been the workhorse on this drive, and it would have been unfair to bring someone else in to finish the job. So they go back to him again, and he delivers with a touchdown run.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And we are tied at 7. So I'll leave it at 7 now as they kick it away. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. A lot of time for this unit to game plan on the sideline after that drive that they watched the other side just score. But remember, last time they were out, they scored as well. We'll see if they can seize that momentum right back.
And they have had a lot of time to cool off from reaching the end zone the last time. So have they been able to keep themselves mentally sharp and into this game, even though they haven't been on the field? And you and I both know, one big play, though, gets them right back up to that level.
He'll drop this off to Pacheco. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 7-7, our score after 1. The second quarter from KC. It's the Chiefs in possession of the football as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. They'll try for the first with Pacheco. And oh, he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches. He handed it off there, but I don't really know if he would have kept it or tried to do anything else if it would have mattered.
Yeah, it's not always a wrong read when a play gets stacked up. Sometimes they're just at the line of scrimmage. There's just too many bodies to maneuver.
And as a result, now they're looking at a 4th down. This will be fielded at the 17. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10.
You don't see that too often, Charles. He punted that away and then hustled up to make the stop as well.
Yeah, because oftentimes they serve as their own safety after punting it. You want to be the last guy, but he decided to get involved in the action, didn't he? And what a spark that's got to provide for the rest of his team when they see their punter out there making a nice hit.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Yeah, so they get that one, Charles, on the right tackle.
Yeah, oftentimes in that spot, you're trying to work against a defender, trying to set the edge in the running game, and you're trying to drive around and get your body twisted so that he can't get there. Sometimes your hands get too involved.
Following the penalty, they'll go back to the run game. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Jonah Williams, former 1st-round pick, the guilty party.
Now back to throw. Pass thrown to Adams. He's got it on the crossing route. Call it a gain of 12, but of course not a 1st down due to the previous penalty.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route.
2nd and 16.
Here's a give up the middle. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long.
But that's not an easy play for a defensive end because most of his responsibility has him getting upfield and working, but how about his vision to see where the play was going, crashed down inside, and tackled him for a loss.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. On 4th down, Matt Ariza is sent on to punt. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. This is taken at the 23. An 8-yard return there after a punt of 47. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. He's fresh off that 3-touchdown performance last week that got him AFC Offensive Player of the Week, so you know that he was already on their radar. Now he's maybe even a bigger plane on their radar.
Bigger plane. I mean, he is the big dot on that screen that they're looking at and saying, how in the heck do we stop him? They're going to try a bunch of different things, different people covering him, but right now he's locked in and is in sync with his quarterback.
And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. Now Mahomes. That went into the hands of Tony downfield. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. Mahomes gets it out quickly, and it's complete out wide. So the completion gets him just a yard, and that will bring up 2nd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Play action. Now it's Mahomes. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
They got to get to the 20 to keep the drive alive on third down. On play action, it's Mahomes. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
So on fourth down, Mahomes off, Harrison Butker on for the Chiefs field goal. It'll be a 47-yard attempt from the left hash. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
Butker on for the field goal. A 47-yard attempt.
Butker's kick here is good. So that Charles on a season long right there.
And you know who's really excited about that? The special teams coordinator, because he's the one who has to tell the head coach in pregame, this is where we trust him from. This distance, he can hit it, and he repaid that trust by knocking that one right through.
The Texans take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. As the season winds down and you look at them in totality, you know, the offense has struggled. The defense has been pretty good, so I would imagine the changes this offseason may be more on the offensive side of the ball.
And this is where we always hear the term complementary football, because as you noted, the defense has played well enough for them to win games, and the offense has held them back. So they've got to reward that defense by improving on offense. I don't know if you make a change at quarterback, running back, tight end. It doesn't matter. Get better players, better system, so they can play to the standards of the defense, and the win column will result.
Right back to him on first down. Now he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, second and 12.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score. Here we go on second and 12. A short one here, secured by the tight end Waller. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. He has now hit number 500. Charles, that is his 500th NFL career catch.
Definitely worthy of applause, but I remember when 500 meant you were going to the Hall of Fame. Nowadays, in today's football, 500 puts you on the path, a significant number.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. Second and 10 coming up. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw. It's knocked away and incomplete.
What quarterbacks like to do, he pushed it downfield on that throw. But I think that since he was outside the pocket and there was open space, it would have been a good time for his first carry of the game.
An incomplete pass on second down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is third and 10. One back in the backfield. He'll get the carry. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. And here's Matt Araiza now. They'll send this one into the Midwestern air, and it's a good one. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And just inside of a minute left, Charles. They got a pretty long field ahead of them. I'm curious to see how they play this. But you would think definitely enough time to at least try to get 3 out of this.
Yeah, you want to move with a nice sense of pace. You want to up the tempo a little bit, but you have to do it with some poise as well. You don't want to go so fast that you hurry yourself into mistakes. There's enough time to put points on the board if they do it right.
And even though they have the lead, you know that they would love to extend this lead before heading to the locker room. Pacheco gets it up the gut. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. And quickly they get to the line. Mahomes looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And that is incomplete.
Well, they came up with points in their first 2 possessions, but it looks like they'll come up empty here on their 3rd drive. The defense finally starting to get locked into them a little bit. Might have to go a little bit deeper into their playbook on their next possession.
On is the punter Townsend as he gets this one away. Pulled in at the 24. Just a net of 34 there following a punt of 44 yards. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot. I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver right to him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense. When I watched him play, I thought about what my coaches have told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
And the Texans first down.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. They'll throw now on the final play. Looking here for Smith downfield. Oh, and that is incomplete. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. A good, tight football game thus far. 10-7 the score as we resume action on EA Sports. Well, certainly not what they wanted out of the locker room here as they'll start defensively at the 40-yard line. Now a handoff. off as they run left side. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in second and long yardage.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on second and 13. And here's a handoff out of the gun. And he'll get this out past the 45 to the 47.
93 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. From the gun, they'll try to run it.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston first down.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Now a handoff to Rodriguez.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
And while the guys with the ball are having a whole lot of fun keeping it on the ground, the guys on the opposite side, they are having zero fun. They've been getting pushed around the entire game and haven't found an answer yet to slow down the running game.
On second down, they'll run it here. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Well, we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it 1 more time, so make sure you get in shape.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup. He had a really solid first half running the football and picking up where he left off here in the 3rd quarter.
How about the yardage he's piling up right now? This feels like a full game, not just this series that we're watching right now. I know people are screaming, worthy adjustments from halftime on the defensive side of the ball. Sometimes they're just not there. Sometimes you just have to find a way to tackle someone.
Here's Rodriguez. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
They'll come up 2nd and 7.
Now a handoff looking right. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Texans have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the 2nd half.
On for the PAT, Kaimi Fairbairn. And that makes it 14-10.
That's the score. Texans 14, Chiefs 10.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. Fair catch going to be taken, and this will be moved out to the 25. KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Yeah, they'll be working from behind now following the touchdown a moment ago on the opening drive of the half.
I think the guys right now, as they go out on offense, they're zeroing in on one big key. They don't have to do anything differently just because they're down on the scoreboard now. The intent, still the same in what they plan to do on offense.
40 yards rushing for him now to this point.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
And he's stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on third down. And now they're in the hurry-up.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
On third down, it's Pacheco. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on fourth down, and they're going to go for it. They'll try and throw for it here. And that's caught inside the 35. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30.
First and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Throwing on first down is Mahomes. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago. Followed up with another nice one here. And before you know it, they're already looking at first and goal.
Now here's Mahomes. And in for the Chiefs touchdown. Isaiah Pacheco, his 21st touchdown of the season. And the Chiefs have retaken a third-quarter lead. So a very strong first drive in the second half, Charles, as they've turned that halftime deficit into a third-quarter lead.
And they were pretty purposeful there, weren't they? Measured in their approach. But, boy, they executed awfully well, moving the ball down the field.
Extra point by Bucker is on target, and it's now 17-14. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25.
Over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get much of anything going in the pass game. And as you well know, in today's NFL, if the passing game isn't working, usually not much else is working either.
You're exactly right about that, partner. And I know that right now the easy answer would be, hey, let's run the football. But that might not be everything you need. So despite the fact that they've struggled throwing it, they've got to find some type of a play. Multiple plays that puts the ball in the air and allows for them to have some success.
Now a timeout called for by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And it's slow going there as he'll only get a yard, maybe, up to the 41.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage. And now 3rd and 11 coming up. Backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. On third down, he'll drop to throw. And looking for McLaurin, but this is intercepted. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. That Charles, the first interception he's thrown here in year number 2.
I know it's just the first one, but didn't it feel like what we saw him last year when he's playing this type of play? And it thought that, over the offseason, going into a second season, some of that would go away. Thus far, still looks a lot like his rookie year.
On 1st and 10, here's Pacheco. And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30. 54 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
The CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but man, his first step is so quick too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast.
And Gary's man complete. A dive, and he's got it for a Chiefs touchdown. A great play there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter.
Butker now to add the extra point. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
This will be returned from deep in the end zone.
And he will be taken down here on the return on what will wind up being the final play of this third quarter. 1 quarter remains here in Week 16.
This is the National Football League on EA Sports. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Yeah, the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo.
10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. And now a run with Rodriguez. And he'll be taken down at about the 45.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. That's complete to his tight end, Waller. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
It's a gain of 10. And the Texans first down.
They'll run here with Rodriguez. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. And the offense moving quickly to the line.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 48-yard line.
They're going to look to throw. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down in inside the 20. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run.
And here's a spot where this offense says, we got to start making something happen. We're down 2 scores. It's the 4th quarter. We've got to start moving with some urgency. And here's a big play that gives them a ray of hope that they can get back in this one.
And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 2nd and 5. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down.
That run wasn't a big breaker, but I don't think the guys on offense mind very much. They've got a nice drive going, and they might just be luring the defense in a little bit. They could probably come back with a play action, maybe go over the top. But right now, on this drive, their playbook is open.
On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. And he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
I haven't met a football team yet that runs the ball successfully that doesn't talk about having an attitude to be a running football team, right? You got to be able to put your nose in there, smell where the first down sticks are, and get there.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Oh, how about this on 1st and goal? And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. Terry McLaurin, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Texans have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. So how about that for an answer? They get the touchdown there, and it's back to a 1-score game here in the 4th.
And that's what these guys have done all game long because they've scratched and slashed their way to stay in this game. And by now we should all realize they're not going away. Now the pressure again swings to their defense because they're going to need to find some way to get the ball back.
Fairbairn good with the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They've been rolling the last couple of drives, each inning in touchdowns. So this game is flipped. They were down. Now they're up with the football. We'll see how they handle it.
Can we get a spy on the headset now between the head coach and offensive coordinator? Because they've been in attack mode. Had to get back into the game. Now they have the lead. Do you stay on the attack, or do you dial it back a little bit to try and protect this lead?
Well, my cop-out answer would be somewhere in the middle. I think it's going to be a fine line, is it not?
I think you're exactly right, but I do think if they can stay aggressive and keep them on their heels, they'll be best suited that way.
And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Now Patrick going to change the play. Mahomes now on 1st down. They'll roll him out right. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. Now 2nd and 5.
He's across midfield to the 48-yard line. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
Mahomes quickly complete out wide. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Headed straight, it's Pacheco. And he will have a 1st down here at about the 40. Less than 2 to play with just a field goal separating these two sides. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Again, it's Pacheco. Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Isaiah Pacheco, 30 yards. And the Chiefs get an important score there to extend their lead here this 4th quarter.
I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They had done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might have moved out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got done.
Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Here's 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Pass complete, it's Adams. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Clock management, definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. What a luxury to have a tight end that can not only catch it, but then can run after the catch like that.
What was the old expression back in the good old days? That they used to carry pianos on their backs when they were after they caught the football. Someone would stop and bang out a tune along the way as well. But nowadays, these guys are essentially bulked up wide receivers, and they're a full part of the passing game. And we see a lot of big plays as we just saw there.
2 timeouts still remaining, but scoring quickly a must. It's 1st and 10. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Here's a 2nd and 7. Looking to throw. Rolling to his right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Now the question is obvious. Do you try to kick the field goal right here knowing that you need 2 scores? I would be thinking about it if I were on that sideline. Get the field goal now, try to get the touchdown later.
They'll set up to throw. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a 1st down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
Fairbairn able to put this one through, and this is back down to a 7-point game. Well, no field goal attempts for him until the final quarter, but no hesitation on his end. He comes right out and nails his first field goal try.
And give him a lot of credit, too, because he stood there the entire ball game, but has managed to stay with it both mentally and physically. When they called on him, he was ready, and he knocked it through the post.
Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't yet.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number as empirical.
Well, big game there, and that should certainly be enough to put this one in the win column. Mahomes going to throw it here. Takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome. Put a little whipped cream on top